What if I told you that the reason your manifestations feel blocked has nothing to do with your affirmations, your vision boards, or even your effort, but with a silent switch hidden inside your body, your nervous system? For most people, manifestation feels like a puzzle. They think if they just imagine harder, repeat affirmations longer, or meditate more often, the universe will finally respond. But the truth is, you can do all of that and still feel stuck. Why? Because your nervous system, the electrical center of your being, doesn't feel safe. And until it feels safe, it will never allow you to expand into the reality you're asking for. Pause for a moment and reflect. How many times have you said to yourself, I know what I want, I can see it in my mind, but why does it never show up? That inner frustration is not a sign of failure. It's a signal, a message from the deepest part of your body saying, I don't feel ready yet. This is the missing piece most manifestation teachers don't talk about. The connection between your nervous system and the quantum field. And once you reset that system, reality begins to shift faster than you can logically explain. Think about your body as a radio. If the frequency is shaky, full of static, the signal doesn't come through clearly. You can shout your desires into the universe, but they get scrambled on the way out. Now imagine tuning that radio perfectly. The static dissolves. The music flows effortlessly, and you finally hear what was always being broadcast. That's exactly what happens when your nervous system resets. And here's the paradox. The more desperate you are to manifest something, the more dysregulated your nervous system becomes. Your body enters survival mode. And survival mode is the opposite of creation. In survival, the nervous system says, stay small, stay hidden, don't take risks. But manifestation requires expansion. It requires stepping into the unknown, trusting what you can't yet see. Let me tell you a story. There was once a woman who desperately wanted to manifest financial freedom. She tried everything, affirmations pasted on her mirror, visualization every night, even scripting pages of her dream life. But no matter what she did, her reality stayed the same. What she didn't realize was that her body had been holding years of tension. She was stuck in a cycle of fear. What if I lose everything? What if I fail? One day, instead of pushing harder, she learned a simple practice to regulate her nervous system, slowing her breath, releasing the stored fear, and creating safety inside her body. Within weeks, she started noticing changes. Unexpected opportunities appeared. People reached out with offers she hadn't imagined. It was as if the universe had been waiting for her signal to clear. The lesson: her manifestations weren't blocked by a lack of effort. They were waiting for her nervous system to feel safe enough to receive them. And here's the most surprising truth. Your nervous system is already wired to support your manifestations. You don't have to build it from scratch. You just have to reset it, like pressing a button on a machine that has been overloaded for too long. Think about how many times you've had a dream or vision, but immediately felt tension in your chest, a knot in your stomach, or a wave of doubt. That's not just negative thinking. That's your body remembering old patterns of fear. Every time you felt rejected, unsafe, or unworthy, your nervous system stored that memory like a scar. And when you reach for something new, love, success, freedom, those scars whisper, it's not safe. But what if those scars are not barriers? What if they are doorways? Because here's the secret. When you learn to bring calm, safety, and trust into your nervous system, those very scars transform into the energy that powers your manifestation. Science confirms this too. Studies show that a regulated nervous system produces coherent brain waves and heart rhythms. In simple terms, your body becomes an open channel for communication with the quantum field. Instead of broadcasting fear and static, you transmit clarity and coherence, and the field responds in kind. Let's put this into perspective. Imagine holding a magnet near a pile of metal shavings. If the magnet is weak, the pieces scatter, confused. But when the magnet is strong and stable, the shavings align instantly. That's your energy. A disregarded nervous system is a weak magnet. A reset nervous system is powerful enough to align reality itself. Now pause and ask yourself, what would your life look like if your nervous system wasn't holding you back? If instead of fear, your body felt safety, trust, and openness every time you thought of your dreams? how quickly would your manifestations arrive? The truth is, this reset is not complicated. It doesn't require years of training. It doesn't require forcing your mind to think positive thoughts all the time. It starts with the simple choice to create safety within yourself. Because when your body feels safe, the universe finally gets the green light to deliver. What if the reason your manifestations feel far away isn't because the universe is ignoring you, but because your nervous system is still tuned to an old reality? Imagine this. You are trying to listen to your favorite station, but your dial is stuck between channels. No matter how loud the music plays in the background, all you hear is static. That's exactly what happens when your body hasn't been reset. Now here's the good news. You don't need years of therapy or endless hours of meditation to change this. There is a simple practice, a reset ritual that calms your nervous system, creates safety, and reopens your channel to the quantum field. Once you learn it, manifestation stops being a struggle and starts becoming natural. Let's walk through it step by step. And as I describe it, notice how your body responds, because even listening can begin the reset. Step 1. Awareness of safety. Close your eyes and imagine a place where you feel completely safe. Maybe it's a childhood room, a forest path, or a beach at sunrise. Allow your nervous system to feel the memory of safety. Notice how your shoulders soften, your breath slows, and your heartbeat becomes steadier. This is the first step, teaching your body that safety exists here and now, not just in the past. Because here's the truth, your body doesn't distinguish between real safety and imagined safety. When you create that image, your nervous system responds as if it's happening. That's why imagination is not just child's play. It's the language of your nervous system. Step 2. Breath as a reset button. Now focus on your breath. Inhale gently through the nose for 4 counts. Hold for 2 and exhale slowly for 6. Do this 3 times and feel the shift. This simple pattern signals your nervous system to switch from survival mode to creation mode. Scientists call it the parasympathetic state, but you can think of it as your manifestation state. When you're here, your body is no longer bracing for danger. Instead, it's open, relaxed, and ready to align with possibility. Imagine trying to plant seeds in soil that's frozen solid. It doesn't work, but when the soil softens, the seeds take root. Your breath is what softens the soil of your reality, and here's where it gets powerful. Every time you use this breathing reset, you're telling your nervous system, it's safe to grow, it's safe to receive, it's safe to expand. Step 3. Emotional rehearsal. Now picture your desired reality, not as a distant dream, but as if it's already happening. See yourself walking into that new home, holding that new opportunity, or experiencing that relationship you've been waiting for. But here's the difference. Don't just see it, feel it. Let your nervous system memorize the emotions of joy, relief, and freedom. This is more than visualization. It's emotional rehearsal. Just as athletes train their muscles by imagining every movement, you train your nervous system by embodying the emotions of your dream life. And once your body learns those emotions, it no longer resists them. Instead, it welcomes them as familiar. There was once a man who wanted to manifest love. He had been single for years, carrying the scars of rejection and heartbreak. Each time he tried to visualize his future partner, his nervous system screamed, "Danger! You'll get hurt again." But when he practiced this reset ritual, safety, breath, and emotional rehearsal, something shifted. At first, he could only imagine small moments of connection, laughing over coffee, holding hands on a quiet walk. But gradually, his nervous system began to trust those images. They no longer felt foreign, they felt possible. Within months, he met someone unexpectedly, and this time, his body didn't sabotage the moment. His nervous system had already rehearsed safety and love, and because of that, reality followed. The science behind the magic. You might wonder, is this just imagination, or is there something deeper happening? The answer is both. Neuroscience shows that the brain cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined event and a real one. When you rehearse emotions, your nervous system fires the same circuits as if you're living it now. Over time, those circuits become stronger, creating a new baseline for your body. And here's the quantum twist. Once your body believes it's safe in that reality, the quantum field begins to mirror it. You're no longer begging the universe for change. you're signaling it with coherence. This is why manifestation doesn't start in the mind, it starts in the body. The nervous system is the bridge between imagination and reality. Reset it and the bridge becomes clear. Step 4. Integration into daily life. The final step is to carry this reset into your everyday moments. When you feel doubt creeping in, pause, breathe, and remind your body of safety. When fear tells you, this is too much, gently show your nervous system that it can handle expansion. The more you repeat this, the more natural it becomes. Think of it like tuning a guitar. The first time, it takes effort. But once it's tuned, the music flows effortlessly. Each time you reset, you're tuning your nervous system to the frequency of your desires. So ask yourself, what would happen if you gave your body the gift of safety every day? What if instead of fighting against your nervous system, you partnered with it? Imagine the energy you would free, the opportunities you would attract, the peace you would finally feel. This is the heart of manifestation, not chasing, not forcing, but aligning. And it all begins with a simple reset practice. What if the signs you've been waiting for, the synchronicities, the breakthroughs, the sudden opportunities, are already unfolding around you right now, but your nervous system hasn't yet learned to recognize them? Imagine walking through a forest filled with golden paths, but because your senses are clouded with fear, all you see are shadows. When you reset your nervous system, those golden paths light up, and suddenly the universe feels like it's guiding you step by step. Once you begin practicing the nervous system reset, the first thing you'll notice isn't always huge external change. Sometimes it's subtle, a calm in your body where there used to be tension, a sense of trust where there used to be doubt. These micro shifts are not small, they're quantum feedback. They're the first signs that your energy is aligning with a higher frequency. Think about it, the universe doesn't usually drop $1 million on your doorstep overnight. Instead, it opens a door, sends you a connection, gives you an idea. And if your nervous system is clear, you recognize those opportunities as invitations. But if your system is still dysregulated, you dismiss them as coincidence or fearfully push them away. So the question becomes, are you willing to see the universe's whispers, not just its shouts? Because whispers often come first. Here's what's beautiful. When your nervous system feels safe, you stop overreacting to life. That calm ripples outward, shaping how people respond to you, how situations unfold, and how doors open. Suddenly, conversations flow more easily. People want to help you. Ideas connect in ways you couldn't plan. There was once an artist who struggled for years to be noticed. He constantly pushed, networked, and forced himself into spaces that drained his energy. But nothing clicked. After learning to reset his nervous system, he stopped forcing. He began creating from a place of calm presence. Within months, galleries reached out to him. Collaborations appeared, and he realized the universe had always been ready. It was his nervous system that wasn't. This is the paradox. When you stop chasing, you start receiving. So how do you know your nervous system is truly reset and aligned with manifestation? Here are some clear signs. Even when challenges arise, you no longer collapse into panic. You breathe through them with trust. You see repeating numbers, meaningful encounters, and timely opportunities more often. What used to feel like struggle now flows with ease, as if invisible hands are helping you. Sleep deepens, tension melts, and your energy feels more alive. You stop doubting so much. Instead of asking, will this ever happen, you quietly know it's already happening. These are the signals that your nervous system is no longer blocking the flow but partnering with it. But here's a vital truth. Manifestation is not a one-time event. It's a lifestyle. Just as you wouldn't go to the gym once and expect lifelong fitness, you don't reset your nervous system once and expect permanent alignment. The reset practice becomes part of your rhythm, like brushing your teeth or drinking water. Every day, take a few minutes to breathe, to imagine safety, to rehearse the emotions of your desired life. These practices weave a new baseline into your nervous system, making alignment your default. And when alignment is your default, manifestation feels less like magic and more like nature. Because in truth, it is nature. Your body and the universe were always designed to work together. You're not forcing reality. You're remembering how to flow with it. Now, let's be honest. There will be days when resistance comes back, when old fears rise and you wonder if you're really making progress. This doesn't mean you failed. It means your nervous system is showing you another layer ready to be healed. Think of it like peeling an onion. Each layer you release brings you closer to the core of who you are. On those days, don't judge yourself. Return to the reset. Remind your body of safety. Each time you do, you strengthen your trust in the process. And that consistency builds momentum more powerful than any temporary setback. Imagine this: you wake up each morning no longer dreading the day, but feeling curious, excited about the opportunities the universe will reveal. You carry calm confidence into conversations, decisions, and risks. You don't panic when things take time, because you trust the timing. This is what it means to live in the flow of quantum manifestation. Life stops being a fight and becomes a dance. You step, the universe steps. You breathe, the universe expands. You release fear. The universe fills the space with possibility. And the best part? The more you live this way, the more natural it feels. What once felt like an extraordinary miracle begins to feel like ordinary life. That's how you know you've truly shifted. Because manifestation is not about reaching a single goal. It's about becoming the person who naturally lives in alignment with the universe. Let me leave you with this story. A young man once carried constant anxiety about money. He was always waiting for the next crisis, the next bill, the next disappointment. No matter how many manifestation techniques he tried, the anxiety overpowered them. But then he discovered the reset. He learned to breathe, to feel safety in his body, and to rehearse abundance as if it were already here. Over time, his nervous system stopped expecting crisis and started expecting flow. And what happened? Unexpected checks, supportive friends, and career opportunities began appearing. For the first time in his life, money didn't feel like an enemy. It felt like a partner. That's the power of resetting your nervous system. So now the choice is yours. You can keep pushing, forcing, and doubting, or you can reset. You can keep running in circles, or you can step into the flow. The practice is simple, the shift is profound, and the results are inevitable. If this message resonates with you, remember, your body is the doorway, your breath is the key, and the quantum field is already waiting. If this video has inspired you, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe so more people can discover this reset practice. Comment below with what you're ready to manifest, and let this community become the mirror of your expansion. Together, we're not just imagining change, we're living it.